Alright, this is December 2nd, Tuesday, 2025. Trade recap. Caught a W, caught an $800 win on an eval. Yeah. Let's get over it. So, okay, it's technically the next day. I'm just re-recording the video because the video there earlier was straight ass, and I was in a rush. But okay, so here's open. So before open, going into the day, before market open, I originally wanted this to be taken out. Like, this was my target for the day, and we're also within like this fat range, or yeah, this fat like fair value gap range. And then on the hourly, yeah, I also had this gap marked out too, because after we hit this high, there was pretty much nothing left but besides like all of these highs. And on ES, we kind of had SMT because we did end up hitting that fair value gap. Wait, what the hell? Why does it look like this? Oh, it's right here. Sorry, we ended up. Oh my gosh. Sorry. We do end up hitting this fair value gap, the one right here, at like 9, sometime after 9 o'clock open, or 9, the new 4-hour candle open. But the problem is with that is ES hasn't even taken out this high, and it just took out this high. I'd rather see it take out this high too. But yeah, there was this SMT, so I kind of like had like bearish confluence. I originally like wanted to see us see if we can like get a like a trade down to like this untapped 15-minute gap, which was right here, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, we never got a trade. There was this entry right here. You know, we still are technically within this high time frame PD rate. Swept out this high right here and also SMT'd with it. I don't know if you can. Yeah, ES never hit it. SMT hit it. Inversion, and then yeah, you can target the 15-minute gap, which is right here. But I did not take that. Ended up taking a long. Okay, so if you look here at this point in time, this 30-minute fair value gap gets formed. So this is 9:30. 9:30 candle opens. We have this fresh ass fair value gap formed. Let me add this 9:30. This is 9:30 open. We open and we immediately hit this fair value gap. We don't even manipulate anywhere to the buy side. Like, we don't even hit this 1 minute fair value gap right here. This fat ass 1 minute fair value gap. And we just go straight down. And then we can also look at 9:15. Where is 9:15? 9:15, we don't manipulate anywhere to the upside either. Like, we do take out this little like this little swing high, but it's on the 1 minute time frame. It's not a high time frame PD array. Something aligned with my A+ strategy. So yeah, anyways, 9:15, 9:30, both manipulate down. Both pairs manipulation add on to each other. So we're in this fresh ass 30-minute fair value gap. And not only that, at this point of time, here's 9:30 open on ES. ES, like on 9:30 open, hits a 4-hour fair value gap. So both pairs have manipulated into a high time frame PD array, which is like amazing. That's one thing I need to be looking for, is a true manipulation. And that is when both pairs manipulate into some sort of high time frame PD array. In this situation on Nasdaq, it was the 30-minute gap, but on ES it was this 4-hour gap right there. So that was actually really good to me. And then on top of that, I can remove this 9:30 candle open. Top of that, oh shit, let me add 9:30 open. Sorry, 8:30. On top of that, if you look at open candle, at New York open candle, we have a fat bullish SMT in this freaking fair value gap. So we have this fat ass SMT, you can see. Oops. Oh my gosh. yeah, we have this SMT right there. Boom. You can see ES took out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, ES took out open lows. Wow, we never did. And then yeah, SMT, and then also this was something like I not learned, but like my mentor talked about today, which I didn't realize, but it's okay, a valid thing to pay attention to. But this line right here is 9 a.m. open, and yeah, we do go up, but then we go down, and at this point of time, we're in this fair value gap, and not only that, we are in a price and time discount. Oh, sorry, price discount, or time discount or price discount. I don't fucking know. But we're below opening price of the new 4-hour candle. So now price is at a discount while hitting this high time frame P3, while having this very high time frame SMT. And we have LR up here. On ES, this LR is like right here too. Pretty equal highs. This actually looks much more beautiful on ES. So yeah, conviction is strongly bullish. There really isn't any reason to go short unless you're targeting this gap. If you got to trade to this gap, good. But I didn't. Now we have targets here, and then anyways, back to this 9:30 open. This line right here is also a 5-minute fair value gap that gets formed. So yeah, move 10:30 open price. So yeah, what I learned also from my mentor is that it's good if like say a high time frame candle opens and it continues lower. It's actually like really beneficial if another high time frame candle opens. What the hell? Sorry. Let me do this again. So high time frame candle opens, boom, goes lower. Then another high time frame candle opens, boom, and goes lower again. It just adds on to the manipulation, adds on to the discount, adds on like orders to be bought up, and also leaving LR here. And even better, having that manipulation retrace into this fair value gap, which I feel like I'm being over repetitive about it. But anyways, I saw this 30-second inverse. Low-key didn't take it because at the moment I low-key thought it was an ass inversion, but now looking at it, low-key it really isn't that bad. It was this one right here. Bang. Did not take it. It looked bad to me, but to be honest, this really isn't a bad inverse. I don't know why. Okay, I thought it was bad because of this down candle close and this fat wick at the bottom. But in this scenario, one thing I could have noticed is that yeah, this is also inverse, and there's also a change in the state of delivery. This wick right here is just like rejection out of, I guess, what some motherfuckers want to call like an order block right here or something like that. I don't fucking know. I don't trade order blocks, but yeah, you can just see. I could have just viewed this wick as like rejection lower, but I kind of viewed it as like LR, because when we had this inverse, this wick is printed, and we have this wick. I just viewed it as LR. And also like this, my mentor took this bitch. He took this trade. Loki was not a bad inverse, but one thing I don't think he saw was that there was just other fair value gap right here. The very little fair value gap. Let's put it right there. Would I have taken that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fuck no, I wouldn't have taken this. Gonna be so honest with y'all today. This should have been an easy no trade day, but I'm kind of glad I slipped up on accident because we got a fucking dub. Anyways, yeah. Also, another reason I didn't take that was when that 30-second inverses, this fair value gap right here is like being formed. It's like when that 30-second inverses, it's like 30 more seconds until this fair value gap is formed. And yeah, once that gap is formed, once this gap got formed, logically I would have moved my break even at this 3-minute gap, which if y'all are watching price this morning, as soon as we hit this gap, we instantly like go back down to our entry, and I would have gotten break even. But let's just say I did take that 30-second inverse. This 3-minute gap shouldn't be my break even. Reason being is because I need to use my conviction that I have more bullish conviction than bearish conviction, and this 3-minute gap shouldn't outweigh my bullish conviction because it is going against a high time frame SMT, a high time frame fair value gap. It's a 30-minute fair value gap or 4-hour fair value gap versus a 3-minute bearish fair value gap. That's not even with the trend. And on top of that, there is this untapped higher time frame fair value gap above it. So this 3-minute really shouldn't have, this 3-minute really shouldn't have stopped me out. And let's just say price did want to go lower. If price did want to go lower, it would want to go up into a higher time frame gap and then go lower. So having my break even at this 5-minute gap would have been smarter. But anyways, yeah, I entered off of this 3-minute gap, which is the dumbest fucking entry I've ever taken. Like, I don't know why I just completely forgot about this gap. I don't know what was going through my head, but I just like completely forgot about this gap right here. Like, I don't know why. Maybe I thought this was a 5-minute gap right here because I had it marked. Okay, that's probably why I had it. Like, I probably completely ignored this gap because I had it marked out like this. We can just put the screenshot. Sorry, taking notes. You can see, yeah, the line, I haven't marked that as 5-minute gap, and we're on a 3-minute time frame. So I probably thought that this was a 5-minute gap. I think that's what happened. And I saw this 3-minute gap, completely ignored that we're on the 3-minute time frame. So this would make it a 3-minute gap, not a fucking 5-minute gap. But yeah, I entered off of this. Stupid entry, I'm not gonna hold you. But I'm so glad, like, where price was at this point of time, it just had to go up. Like, I'm so glad. I feel like any other situation, if there wasn't this fat SMT, if we didn't have this insane manipulation into this high time frame gap, like, this shit would have got, like, my stock would have gotten ran the fuck through. But yeah, entered off of this gap right here. Ended up getting like an insane fill, like somewhere down here. I had my stop like right here. And then I set up for like a 1-to-1, which was like right here. Somewhere around right here. And then yeah, that shit hit in like 2 seconds. My break even was this 5-minute gap. And then yeah, that was the trade. What is this? Okay, I really like this trade. Like, even though this should have been a no trade day. Like, without a doubt, no trade day. This is a terrible inverse take. And on top of that, on a 30-second, I should have paid attention to that gap above it, even if I didn't want to enter in the 30-second inversion that I mentioned off of. This should have, that my mentor entered off of. This should have been a no trade day. But if we just take away the fact that there was no inverse, there was no like good entry signal, this was like a good example of true manipulation and time discount. I say true manipulation because this is like one thing I've been studying. This is also one thing I feel like I've been getting butt fucked on in my trades. I'm like looking at my old journal and then just thinking back to like all the old trades where I've lost, where I've thought like a setup was like A+, and I ended up losing. One thing that most likely didn't happen was that there was no true manipulation. True manipulation meaning both pairs are hitting some sort of high time frame PO3 or confluence, whether that be like a high time frame gap or sweeping like a high time frame liquidity. And in today's situation, it was NQ hitting a 30-minute gap and ES hitting like a 4-hour gap. They really don't have to like be targeting the same like gap. Like, I really wouldn't, like, I would not wait if NQ wanted to go down lower to this 4-hour gap. They just have to be hitting some sort of high time frame PO3. It can't be one pair hitting a like, it can't be where NQ is hitting this 30-minute gap and ES isn't hitting this 4-hour gap. And then let's just say like, oh my gosh, that's a SMT, like a high time frame SMT, but ES isn't hitting a gap. That SMT like doesn't count into an effect. Like, that SMT just straight up doesn't count, because in order for price to go like to distribute in one direction, both pairs need to be in like manipulate into some sort of like reaction block, like a fair value gap or some shit like that. And then time discount. What was that? Time discount. Yeah, 10 a.m. open right here. Sorry, 9 a.m. open right here. We go up. go down. We're in a fat discount. That was something I didn't really pay attention to today until like I reviewed this trade. But yeah, we're in a fat discount, and yeah, we get a good entry to go long. And even in this scenario, we're in the premium, time premium, price premium, whatever the fuck it's called. We open, we're above opening price. We're in this high time frame gap. Like we could go lower, and we end up going lower. So there was a valid like reason to go lower and a valid reason to go higher. So that in both scenarios, there really wasn't a good like entry. There was something else. Okay, I know it was PO3. I already talked about PO3. I already talked about manipulation. Manipulation PO3. Okay, I'm starting to understand like PO3. I feel like I have a real good grasp on it. You know, like if I had to rate my mastery on it, I would give it like a solid like 8 out of 10. Solid 8 or 9. I feel like the only new thing I've ever learned was like how the 915 can like how 915 and a 930 is like yeah, it's I know it's good, but like I didn't know like it makes it better. I didn't really like conclude that until recently. So PO3 and then manipulation. One thing I want to get better at is finding like real manipulation, finding true manipulation. And one thing I could start off with is just flat out just noticing when like what true manipulation is versus what is not true manipulation. Yeah, that's it. Trade recap done. $800 day. Yeah.